Hello, my name's Kathryn. I'm a painter. My painting research is based upon the Kedron Brook. I gratefully acknowledge the local undone people as the custodians of the land at which the Kedron Brook flows. My beloved sister-in-law Annie died last year. News of her passing came in the middle of the night, the police knocking on our front door. Though it was 1 month post-surgery after the removal of a brain tumour, her death was sudden and unexpected. The day after she died, as I walked the days, a butterfly flew past me. I was enchanted by how it slowly flapped its huge wings. Flash of colours of red, white and black. It's like a force of power to me. I experienced joy for that fleeting moment. And he adored butterflies. The butterfly I saw was an orchid swallowtail butterfly. The shriek of red indicated it was the female of the species. This was the first of many encounters with butterflies I would have over the next 18 months since Annie's poem. Today in my presentation, I aim to share with you the making of water quilt. This painting documents my healing journey, these experiences with butterflies as I walk along the Kedron Brook. Work on paper was shortlisted for the 2022 National Works on Paper Award. Water quilt fits in with the theme public pedagogies, forms of togetherness, as the making of my quilt was centred around my walking in the public place, the Kedron Brook, was made during the COVID outbreak shortly after Emmy's passing. This research opens discussions on ways in which public spaces such as the Kedron Brook forms ways of knowing, being and doing, investigating flows of interconnectivity and more than human experiences under the banner of care and recovery. With backgrounds in both visual art and physiotherapy, I'm interested in conversations about how art heals at both individual and community level. My research investigates new methods in contemporary abstract painting, exploring more than human experiences and healing. I base my research upon a philosophical, post-humanistic, new materialistic perspective grounded upon Deleuze, Guattarian affective framework. Water quilt, I explore the healing experiences that I encounter with my entanglements with the Kedron Brook, the butterflies I see as I walk, feelings of Annie's presence, the spirit. It also investigates the entanglements I have with the materials I use. The French philosopher Charles Deleuze and psychoanalyst Felix Guattari say, perhaps one day we will know that there wasn't any art, but only medicine. Deleuzean effect is the power to affect and be affected, is the forces that result between encounters of bodies. Deleuze speaks about affect as non-human becomings, a becoming the passage from one sensation to another, an increase or decrease in power. Deleuze argues that in the multiplicity of becoming, difference allows one to live a more joyful and affirmative life. In addition, he writes about difference and repetition as generative. This way, I propose healing through these processes of non-human becomings, difference, multiplicity, repetition, and affirmation. Exemplary to my research are the drawings of Swiss artist Anna Kerns, Emma Kearns was a healer and researcher. She was swing at the divining pendulum with a jade and silver board over graph paper to establish orientation points and directional lines. Kearns would then use a ruler, pencils and crayons to construct drawings with these points. When her patients came to see her, she would select a drawing from her collection, place it on the ground, make a diagnosis, suggest a cure, plan for healing. This is the COVID epidemic. Kearns' work was featured in the 2021 exhibition called Emma Kearns Cosmos, a visionary and dialogue with contemporary art at the ACUADS. My work makes links with concepts of drawings, which have been described as exploring the interconnectivity of the cosmos and the blurring of boundaries between healing, art, science, the experimental and the spiritual. My paintings, I also consider Deleuze's idea of art as the non-representational and ways in which the visual material can capture non-visual forces. As I go walking along the brook, I become the flow and vitality of the water. I become the lightness and transformation of the butterfly. As I painted, I become two of the sensations of the materials I use. I become the flow of the watercolour, the power of geometry, the joy and force of sensations of colour. These processes were transforming and healing for me.